Yeah, Datuk. Good morning.
Morning.
As chairman of, or president, is it?
President.
President
Yeah.
of Orang Ulu
Chamber of Commerce and Industry,
Yeah. Can you tell a bit about yourself? You're a former MP for Bukit Mas
Yeah.
for 2 terms from
Limang
1982 to 1990.
That's right.
And then after that, there was not much news about you. You were off-radar and
Yeah.
for 3 decades.
Yes.
Yeah, so can you share with us what have you been doing for a long time?
Well, Peter,
Yeah.
I was elected as a member of parliament way back in April 1982, representing Bukit Mas, Limbang Lawas, as a member of parliament. I was sitting as an MP for 2 terms from 1982 to 1990. Then after that, then I was no longer an MP. Since then, somebody else took over. And since then, I went back to my law practice. You know, while I was elected unopposed in 1982, I also got called to the Sarawak bar in the same month during the campaign period in April 1982. So I got called to the bar, and I won uncontested as an MP. After my 2 terms as a member of parliament, you know, I decided, well, I would prefer to concentrate on my law, the family, the practice, doing a bit of work up in the mountains, in the highlands, you know, helping mom and dad there. And also at that time, I think my brother, the late Dr. Mutang Tagal, he was working when I was when I was an MP. He was doing a surgery in Edinburgh, Glasgow, in England, surgery. And then when he came back, he was in the government hospital. And in 1988, he decided to set up his own clinic in Miri. And so I was busy helping him when I was out of office in 1990. And he stood, of course, as an adun for the adun in 1996. And I think that was the only reason why I was out, or why I was sort of in the wilderness, you know.
So you allow him to shine, and you slowly.
Yeah, that was the intent.
Oh.
I'm the younger one, he's the older one, but I went to parliament first.
So during the very sad incident in 2004, was it a devastating effect on you and the family?
Oh, it was. You know, when he was around, I thought that, you know, I can take it easy and all that, because the buck doesn't stop with me, you know, because he was my older brother. Right. But of course, after he was gone, then I suddenly realized that the buck stops with me, because I have 5 sisters. There are only 2 of us, you know, in the family, and that was the reason why you know, I said, you know, now he's no longer around. The buck stopped with me, and I have to take charge line.
With Orang Ulu Chamber of Commerce and Industry that you have started, that seems to be a new platform for you to play back or play a crucial role to build up your community, the Orang Ulu. Can you share a little bit how you get inspired to start this OUCCI?
The Orang Ulu Chamber of Commerce and Industry was mooted way back in a lot of the forum symposiums, you know. Symposium, the Orang Ulu, Federation Orang Ulu Association Malaysia forum. We had several symposiums before this, and during those symposium, the idea of starting Orang Ulu Chamber of Commerce and Industry to assist the Orang Ulu entrepreneurs, you know, came about, and this culminated in the last symposium, I think, way back in 2018, I think, in Miri. they've decided to go ahead with the chamber, formation of the chamber, and it was adopted because they debated over the formation of the chamber for quite a while, because before this we have the Dayak Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and we also belong to Dayak Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Why do we need another chamber? But looking at the background of the Orang Ulu, we are left behind, and so the community, through the symposium, decided, the elders of the Orang Ulu communities decided that we should have our own chamber to be more specific. And Chief Minister gave 10 million for the chamber.
To start the chamber.
To start the chamber. The state government, being very gracious, very generous, they decided to give 10 million to the chamber to start with. And the chamber was formally, officially registered in September 2019. Yeah, and so now I'm the president, and we are now going to launch a chamber on the 10th of February next month here in Kuching, waterfront.
Yeah. Dato', looking at this OUCCI, Sarawak is moving towards developed state status by 2030.
Yes.
With this Orang Ulu Chamber of Commerce and Industry, do you think the Orang Ulu can also participate and also achieve that level of development in 2030?
Well, of course, that's what we want. When the state become a developed, when it become a developed state, in a sense, a high income state by 2030. I don't know what is the definition of high income state by 2030. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, Malaysia as a whole is an upper income nation. Upper income nation. We are not a middle income nation. We are an upper, in a sense, upper income nation. Which and of course, if you are a developed state, developed nation, you should be earning something like 15,000 US,
15 to 20,
15 to 20,000 US per capita, so that you become a member of the first world, first advanced nations. And I think if Sarawak wants to be that, which means that by 2030, our per capita is 15,000 to 20,000 US per capita. The Orang Ulu also should be there, by 15 to 20. We want to be on par with the rest of the communities, like the rest of the Dayak communities, the Chinese, the Malay, Melanau in the state, by 2030.
Dato', this Orang Ulu very diverse. You have the Lun Bawang, you have the Kelabit, you have the Kayan, Kenyah, you have the Tagal, you have the
we have the Penan, we have the Penan, we have the Penan, we have the Bisaya. Inside the forum, we have the Saban Association, Berawan, Lakiput. There are 9. As a matter of fact, there are 9 ethnic member association of forum.
Yeah, so definitely become a challenge for OUCCI, right? I mean, how would you stir the Chamber of Commerce and Industry to move towards that developed status for the community?
Our Supreme Council members are made of 23. Our initial Supreme Council members. I'm a member of the initial Supreme Council members, 23 of us. And all the 23 of us are made, we come from the different ethnic groups, represented in forum. And through that, we want to ensure that we, things sort of the policies that we adopt, the program we want to adopt will cascade down to different communities, because you find that the Orang Ulu communities are in Blaga, they are in Murum, they are in Asap, Blaga area, Bakun, and of course you have the Kayan, Kenyah, the Penan up in the Bakun area, Blaga area, and of course in Baram you find Kayan, Kenya, the Kelabit, the Penan, and all that. The Berawan, the Saban, the Lakiput, and all that.
Right.
Of course, Lakiput, and of course, in Limbang you find the Tabuns, the Tagals, and Lawas, and the Lumbawangs, and all that. You know, the Kelabits and also in Ulu Limbang. And so, very diverse, yes. But we are working out on programs, communication, information flow, channeling information, data collection, you know, to ensure that we can formulate effective strategies to, you know,
To include everybody.
To include everybody. We want to be inclusive, you know. Of course, the different ethnic group, we are at different stages of development, right? No?
Exactly. Yeah. Some are more advanced.
Yes.
Some are a little bit slow.
Yeah. And also, I mean, the Orang Ulu, although we are found in all these upper reaches of the state, you also find the Orang Ulu in the towns, in the major cities, you know,
Exactly.
playing a very important role in the administration of the state, of the nation, and all that. Whether it's in politics, whether it's in business, whether it's in civil service, elsewhere, you know. Yeah.
The Orang Ulu are there, yeah.
Orang Ulu are there.
So, Dato', for future plan and how you see Sarawak, I think Orang Ulu, also OUCCI, also must be a little bit know what politics, current politics is all about.
Yeah.
So, as a former MP for Bukit Mas, would you like to share your observation of current politics and how you see perhaps this Orang Ulu seats coming election?
Well, the Orang Ulu, there are 6 adun.
Yeah.
There are 6 dun in the state.
Right.
You have 2 Dewan Undangan Negeri for Belaga, Belaga area. You have 2 for you know,
Baram.
you have 1 in Limbang. You have 1 in Lawas. 1 in Lawas is of course Baklalan lah, which is opposition. You know,
Currently
opposition. There are 6 adun, 5 with GPS, and 1 out there. You know, it's like the prodigal son lah. So we want the prodigal son to come back. And then the other thing is we have 2 members of parliament. 1 from Baram, Wabianye, and Lawas is Datuk Henry Su. No. But one is out of the fold. The rest are all in the fold. And of course, we would like to have that one out of the fold to be in the fold. You know?
Yeah. So, do you think there is possibility that the seat can be won by the
Well, politics is always the art of the possible. Politics is the art of the possible, Peter. You know, and nothing is impossible. It's possible, you know, provided certain formula are followed or adhered to.
In many circumstances, the opposition-held areas do not get much benefits because of the policies of the past and also the present.
Yeah.
So Baklalan, in the sense, I think will lose quite a lot because it has been under opposition. So do you think under GPS it will get back some of these lost so-called allocations and so on?
Oh yes, definitely Baklalan constituency. For the last 2 terms when we're in the opposition, we've lost so much. You know, there's around about through the adun allocation, apart from the MRP, RTP, and 1 or 2 other millions, you know, in terms of agriculture, the subsidies and all that. You're talking about 8 to 10 million a year. Can you imagine for the last 10 years, we would have missed about 100 million Baklalan, you know, through the adun itself. But on top of that will be all the other allocation, you know, all the other allocation given by the government, you know, the major program, the major projects and all that. Those are the things that we miss.
Right.
And therefore, we don't want to miss this opportunity again for another term. It's just too costly for us. And And of course, the people lose. And, you know, like for instance, in Bario, since the time of Judson, you know, since the time of Judson as an adun for Bario also, Bario has received something like, until now, probably around over $1 billion.
Over $1 billion for
Over
Bario.
$1 billion for Bario, you know, money flowing to Bario. We need to be with the government of the day. If you are not with the government of the day, nothing much we can do, you know. Why do we have to go for the opposition, you know? We have enough, you know. We need, the Lun Bawangs are not very rich. The people in the area are not very well-to-do. They need a lot, their roads are hopeless. Baklalan has no 24-hour electricity.
Still don't have.
Still
that.
don't have. Long Semado,
Still off the grid.
Long Sukang,
Still off the grid.
You know, we are surviving on generators and all that. What else do they want? The people. You know, they must change. You know,
So,
they must change.
So, in your opinion, Dato', coming set election, as a journalist or as a media house, do you think GPS can win in Baklalan?
GPS, I think, can win. They can win provided they put the right candidate. The right candidate, the right credential, acceptable by the people, having the vision for the area. You know, the party making the party leadership GPS, not only the party that the GPS leadership as a whole, they must make the right decision.
Winnable candidate.
Winnable candidate. The last two elections, I think they made wrong choices. This time they must make right choices. GPS leadership, they must make the right choice so that they can get that prodigal son back into the fold.
Do you think Baklalan has the right winnable candidate?
Oh yes, there are plenty. But the question is, they will have to make the right choice. You know, there are quite a few. It's not that we are.
Does that include you?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm from PBB. That seat that from is for SPDP and all that. PDP. I'm from PBB. You know.
I see.
But of course, there are quite a few other candidates. There are young ones, there are older ones, experienced ones. They can take the seat.
Yeah.
Because GPS will still, like it or not, come next election, they will still win.
Yeah. So there's no point to oppose it for the sake of opposing lah.
There's no point of opposition.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, the opposition, say that GPS government are full of crooks and all of bad people. But you look at these people in GPS, they are not the demons that people paint them to be. No, they're doing a good job. You know, they're trying to do their best for the state. And you test them by the fruits. Test them by the fruits. The fruits that they're doing. There's no point of calling the tree this, you know.
But the fruit is sour.
The fruit is sour.
Yeah.
You just see the fruits.
Right.
You see, GPS government, they have proven themselves. They have done quite a lot. I mean, just judge the government of the day by the fruits that they have, you know. And I mean, we got to be practical. The Orang Ulu, the Dayak in general, and the people of the state, you know, they must support the government of the day because you look at the fruits, what they have done, you know, since independence.
Yeah. Dato', last but not least, do you have any message for the Orang Ulu community, especially those who are interested to be involved in business and whatnot? What is there for them under OUCCI, which you are the president? Yeah.
For the Orang Ulu community, the state government now is spending a lot of money. We have these three very, very important agencies being created by the present Chief Minister, Datuk Tinggi Abang Johari, which is Aparajang Development Agency, which covers Belaga, where the Orang Ulu are there, and also the other Dayak communities are there. And 1.5 billion have been given for the Urda. And then you have the Highland Development Agency, which is for Baram, covering where the Orang Ulu are. Also 1.5 billion have been given for strategic infrastructure for the state, for the area. and also Northern Region Development Agency covering Limbang and Lawas, where the Orang Ulu are also there. 1.5 billion have been given. These are for strategic infrastructure like roads, 24-hour electricity, connecting them to the grid, treated water supply, a good telecommunication infrastructure, digital Wi-Fi, so that they can communicate with the rest of the world. And so with the government coming through these agencies, a lot of things are happening in the constituencies. We are hoping that this will benefit the community, and also those in business will be able to have some business opportunities arising out of all the contracts rolled out in these three agencies. I was made to understand, or we were made to understand, the initial 1.5 billion doesn't stop there. After the 4.5 billion dish out to these three agency areas, the state government is going to pour some more. All the spur road, like for instance in the Baram area, in the Upper Rejang, Limbang Lawas, also linking all the divisions together. There will be a couple more billions that will be poured through these agencies. Now there are a lot of opportunities, and so I would encourage Orang Ulu entrepreneurs, men and women, who are involved, who wants to be involved in business, to take advantage of all this. Link yourself, social media, get the latest information. You can contact the chamber, the secretariat. You can contact also the different YBs on the ground, the offices, for more information, even the government departments and all that. Now everything is online. It's so easy if you just Google for the information, because access to information is so important. It's money, and therefore this is and so that together we can move forward by 2030, when the state become a high-income state. We also will be a high-income community. We'll be middle class. We are no longer poor. We will be on par with the rest of the pragmatic communities in the state.
Thank you very much, Datuk, for your time.
Thank you for inviting me to Dayakdaily. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, sir. All right.